The canine teenage phase is something most owners dread, or learn to dread after experiencing it for the first time, but you don't need to. With my years of experience, I'm going to teach you exactly how to get through the teenage phase with your dog stress-free.
The first huge mistake I see so many people make with their dogs when they start to enter that teenage phase is taking their foot off the gas when it comes to training, manners, and socializing their puppy. What happens is puppy training often goes a lot better than people think, especially when it does come to obedience. They learn really quickly and they get dead excited, and they think that just because their dog is recalling well, walking nice, has a few tricks, that they're done and they've started to relax, and then they go into the teenage phase and things just fall off a cliff and devolve really quickly into terrible behaviors with their dog. So you have to keep up that momentum through puppyhood and through the teenage phase all the way into adulthood with your dog.
The next mistake people make that is so easy to avoid is giving your dog too much freedom too soon. Just like how it's easy to take your foot off the gas with training when the puppy phase is going well, the same can be said for giving your dog too much freedom. A puppy will often want to stay close to you, often won't test boundaries, often want to follow your guidance and direction. But when that same puppy enters the teenage phase, all that goes out the window. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Give them a mile and they'll take the earth. So my biggest tip to easily combat this is don't give them the inch in the first place. It's the reason I think every single dog should be crate trained. So if you haven't already, crate train your dog. That fixes your problems in the house. Then train your dog to walk on a loose lead by your side. That fixes all your problems outside the house. Between the two, you can now control all the variables and cruise through the teenage phase. And if you don't know how to do those things, then simply subscribe to this channel. We make videos every single week teaching you exactly how to train every aspect of the perfect canine companion.
This next mistake I see people make all the time as their dog starts to go into the teenage phase is quite an interesting one. And actually it relates more to your happiness with your dog. A lot of people come to me and they're disappointed in their teenage age dog, or even just when their dogs come out of the teenage phase, because their adult dog isn't like what their puppy used to be. Now, I hear lots of statements like, when he was a puppy, he was much more this or much more that, or didn't used to do this when he was a puppy, or did used to do this when he was a puppy and I wish he still did. You need to understand that the dog you have in the puppy phase is going to be different to your adult dog. Just like humans, we go through developmental cycles and our personalities and characteristics and traits change as we experience life and grow. And your dog's going to go on that process as well. And it's your job as a loving leader to understand that, facilitate that, and enjoy and embrace that. That way you will understand who your dog actually is in that stage of their life, have realistic expectations based on that, be able to adapt and flex to those different requirements, but most importantly, to be able to enjoy and love the dog that you have, rather than the dog that you wish you had, or the dog that you're still thinking of at 10, 12, 14 weeks of age, that they have long grown out of and grown past. So enjoy these changes, embrace these changes, become a better canine leader because of these changes, and remember, leadership is love.